So in the Smash Ultimate community, it's pretty widely agreed upon that there are two characters that contest as the worst character in the game. That being Little Mac, my guy, and Ganondorf. Now, again, I am a Little Mac main, so I'm a little bit biased, but I'm going to look at this a little analytically. Which of the two is truly the worst character in the game? Let's start with Little Mac. So Little Mac's biggest problem is, well, it's his air game. Not only is his recovery bad and exploitable, it's one-dimensional for one, easily interruptible, doesn't get very far. You know, its horizontal recovery is alright, vertical recovery, unless you have a wall, you're done, you're screwed. But the main problem with Little Mac is his aerials, not his aerial movement. He just has bad range and no knockback or damage on any of his aerials. Maybe you could get some combos out of up air. There's some very niche things you could do, and you can get some combos out of forward air. And if you get the shit box with your nair, then you could get that as well. But overall, you're not going to be using them much. They really are useless. Your spike doesn't even spike at 200%. And if you don't hit the right hitbox with nair, you literally will not send them anywhere, even at 999%. So that's the first problem with Little Mac, and why he's such a bad character. The second problem is that even though he's a grounded character, his grab game is below average. His range is so bad, it's like Pikachu's in Melee. I mean, he'll grab right in front and nothing will happen. He has so bad range. And if you do manage to get the grab, yeah, his pummel's alright, but almost none of his throws are worth anything. His down throw is easily DI-able, has only one real follow-up, and if you DI the right way, you literally can't get anything out of it. Forward throw is alright, but unless you're using it to tech chase, it's not going to do much for you, and it's not even his most damaging throw. Up throw is completely useless, has no follow-ups, and is the least damaging of his throws. And back throw is technically a kill throw, but it doesn't even kill until well over 150%. So his grab game is bad, even though he's on the ground and that's supposed to be a strong suit. The third problem is his range. His range is so bad that you will simply be unable to reach people, and that's why they gave him super armor, but the super armor only goes so far, and not all of your attacks have it. So you're going to be swinging your attacks, and either you're going to miss, or you're going to be soaking up damage. And yes, you have super armor, but so much damage accumulated over time, one wrong hit, and you're dead. And even if you're not dead, you have to recover, and then you go right into the first problem, and the cycle revolves. So that's why Little Mac is considered the worst. But why would people consider Ganondorf the worst? Well, Ganondorf, I would argue, has a worse recovery than Little Mac. He goes a little higher vertically because his up B is better, but his double jump is worse, his air speed is worse, and both his side B and his up B send him into free fall, whereas Little Mac's only goes into free fall if he uses up B. So that's the first problem. Meanwhile, he does have good aerials. That is probably Ganon's biggest strength, is his aerials. Some of them are fast, like his back air is 18% and is almost spammable, and it auto cancels, something that Little Mac can't really say. Little Mac also doesn't have grab follow-ups, but Ganondorf does. Ganondorf can do a down throw into a nair, down throw into a fair. He could even do up throw into up air at low percents. And his forward throw and back throw are both good killing options. They kill about as soon as, if not slightly sooner than Little Mac's back throw. So overall, Little Mac just doesn't compete in terms of that. But where Ganondorf fails is his attack speed. It is so slow. It is beyond slow. One of his attacks, his up tilt, literally takes a whole second to work. And what's its main purpose? KOing? You can do that so much better. Yeah, it can also break shields, but so can Little Mac's forward smash when it's angled downwards. But unlike that, Little Max has super armor, comes out at frame 15, and you can actually follow up out of and pressure shields and get more out of it. It's simply not comparable. His tilts are alright, Ganondorf's, but Little Mac's are faster, and they combo better. His smash attacks are disjointed, but they're slow. Little Mac's are fast, and they're armored. Ganon's aren't even armored. And Ganondorf has a frame 7 jab, while Little Mac has a frame 1 jab. Ganondorf has no good get-off-me tool burst option. And his up B, it's a good out-of-shield option, but I would argue Max is better. Max comes out earlier. And finally, we're going to get to representation. In terms of representation in the competitive community, it's pretty undeniable that Mac has a better representation, with just Peanut alone. I mean, Peanut almost took a set off of MK Leo. Now, I don't know a single Ganondorf main that has been able to come close to that. And yes, he still lost, but it was close. And he made it to the semifinals in Rise and Grind. Now that is something impressive, and that is just, it's results that Ganondorf doesn't have. And there are other Little Mac mains too. There's just better representation, more hype behind the character, more tech about him being discovered. Ganondorf just doesn't have the speed or the representation to be able to catch up, and that's why I'd have to say that the worst character in the game is Ganondorf. Little Mac is probably second to the worst. Maybe he's a little higher, but I don't think he's the worst. Not by a long shot, and I don't think that's my bias speaking. That's what I honestly believe based on his moves, his ability, his tech, as well as the people who represent him and play him. So that's just my analysis. I encourage you, please, if you have a differing opinion, let me know in the comments and tell me just how wrong I am. I would love to hear why. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give me a like and subscribe. If this does well, I might have to do more rants like this. Well, until then, I will see you in the next one.